What is up, everybody? Crustless Crypto here, back in the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope everyone is doing well. Make sure you guys are checking out my Twitter at Crustless Crypto. I am on here the majority of time. I tweet at least 4 times a day, so make sure you guys are following me. The links are in the comments and description down below. Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about EGLD. I'm going to be talking about the metabonding that's going on right now. As you all know, for those who are big in the Elrond space, what I think about it and my strategy when it comes to metabonding. I know a lot of people are unsure of exactly how much rewards they're going to get. The Elrond team has not been clear on exact specifics. Maybe they kind of want to keep it discreet, but we're actually going to take a look at some calculations today. But first, I want to take a look at the price. Now, as you guys can see, it's at $166. I mean, we came up from around 150 that it was hovering around the past month or two. So if we click on the 1 month here, obviously it went all the way up to around 164, and it's again trading sideways at this level. I think we are seeing strong support levels at this $160 mark. Hopefully we can get away from these $130 lows that it was at. I mean, it went all the way down to 127 in February, as we all know. Market cap's at 3.5 billion, so nowhere as near where it was last December when the price was around $500. Am I worried about it? As I say every single time I look at the price, I am not worried about Elrond. It's a solid project, solid coin, one that I'm holding with due diligence. I mean, this is just buying opportunities in my honest opinion, not investment advice, just my opinion. So moving on from that, really quickly guys, before I talk about metabonding, I just want to look at last week in EGLD. This is the kind of stuff that was going on for those who are not aware. They have their Metastaking is live with 3 types of rewards. So not only do they have the EGLD Ride liquidity providers, right? I think they're going to implement and add more to these pools. We're going to jump to that in just a second here, but they do have their Metastaking if for those who are interested. They have the metabonding snapshots that are actually going on right now. It started about a week ago. You also have the Brand Minds 100 Powerful Beliefs NFT collection that's going to drop on Elrond. I'm not sure exactly what kind of NFT collection this is. I haven't really looked into it, but I mean, if Elrond's backing it, then it's got to be good. It's got to be a solid team behind it, not people who are just trying to make money. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually probably going to cover that in a separate video, but they are dropping on Elrond. And then obviously we have the Builder Spotlight. You have Entity Finance that is joining the scene. I'm not too sure exactly what they're about, but again, if it's on Elrond's radar, it must be good. And lastly, of course, weekly Elrond tech. There are some things that are important to, kind of trace on with these weekly Elrond techs. We're going to be covering that in just a second as well. Just quickly looking here at this second chain of the thread, Arrow Foundation is the first metabonding token that's listed in Maiar. So we actually have it on the Maiar app now. You have ESDT QR code payments in Maiar as well. So again, that ease of access, being able to just send payments through QR codes is really nice. They did have an AMA on the Elrond Telegram. They do have an ESDT thread, and then also their Maiar Exchange weekly report. They're very transparent. They keep things up to date as much as they can with all aspects of what they are doing. Again, this is some of the stats. I won't read it, verbatim, but as you guys can see here, we're growing. I mean, it's just like a snowball, guys. It's going to start slow, it's going to start small, but it's going to be building and building even greater until mass adoption is here. I truly believe that, and that's why I am so keen on EGLD and Elrond and the network itself and the capabilities that they have. Quickly talking about these coins, right? So you have 2 new tokens that's on the Maiar app. You have ZPay, so ZoiPay, and then you have Arrow. 2 solid projects. I'm actually working on videos for each of them right now as we speak. And the fact that they're already added onto the Maiar, you can actually see your balance through your Maiar app. Is very nice, and I hope they integrate other tokens like the Isengard token and Kowat when that launches. Step by step, piece by piece. I believe that they're slowly building their ecosystem. They've established the foundations, and now they're just building upon that. So things take time, guys. I mean, are we gonna look at those $500 price points? Absolutely. I wouldn't think of it right now, but it's interesting to know that they're continuously working and striving to be the best that they can be. With that said, covering those token drops, you also have the Elrond weekly tech. So $200 million were already committed to metabonding and metastaking in the week, a massive influx of capital that shows the significance of the superwave and the broader DeFi 2.0 ecosystem that is being built on the Elrond network. So weekly Elrond tech, I always do this in my videos, but I want to just cover some key ones here. So starting with the first one here, two new major components of the Elrond DeFi ecosystem are now fully live following intensive auditing and public testing. Over 0.5 trillion MEX tokens were seamlessly deposited in metabonding in a short time period, which is a great Maiar DEX performance achievement. So a lot of assets, a lot of tokens being allocated towards this metabonding, and I don't think it crashed at all. It shows the feat in the performance capabilities of the Maiar exchange in the first place. You know, they're working out the kinks, working out the bugs, making it optimal, right, for people like you and me. They also have a multi-chain token wrapped has been integrated into the Elrond bridge. So do not sleep on the Elrond bridge. This is how we're going to get, tokens on the Ethereum blockchain to interact with the Maiar exchange through this bridge. I know they're working on their 2.0. Being able to fix the sharding issue. A lot of stuff is going to be happening. I know when people were trying to bridge their USDC coins, it was taking a long time for it to validate or for it to come through at all. So that is also something that they'll be working on as we speak. And it's very interesting to see exactly when they're going to be releasing that second iteration of it. Just one more I really want to briefly cover. If you guys want to look at all of them line by line, I'll put the link in the description. But number 12 here, he says, reviews and audits on a lot of code. The DEX, virtual machine, and staking version 4. That is very important, guys. Not only are they building new code, they're reviewing their current code that's already been kind of released or put out, and making sure that everything is running as optimal as it should be. I don't want it to be like Solana. I'm sure no one does, where the thing is like an old Windows computer. You have to keep restarting it because it just crashes. It blue screens on you. The Elrond network's not like that. It has been working with zero downtime, pretty much over a year now. I think 2 years. And it's important to understand, right? Looking at this, they're building fixes for the, again, smart contract bridge, Elrond, and then they're working on a reusable GitHub Actions workflow for repositories containing smart contracts. That is very important. They're not only, right, again, building, they're also maintaining. A lot of people forget that aspect, that you cannot let things just go on the wayside. You have to maintain what's already present, what's already established, in order to keep pressing and advancing and building upon that. Because you don't want to end up like a Jenga tower where if you just pull one of the bottom blocks out, the rest is going to fall down. So this is very important for me to highlight here. Again, if you guys would like to read this in your entirety, it will be in the description. Now, moving on to the good stuff, probably what everybody's been waiting for, or if you had just jumped ahead in the timestamps, that's okay as well. So I'm going to explain to you guys my metabonding. So initially, I had put all my MEX tokens, my locked MEX tokens, in the metabonding farm. Now, at the time, I thought it was a good idea because the potential for gains of all these different projects, right, was huge. You have 4, Isengard, Aerovic, Effort Economy, and Zoipay. So obviously I have EGLD staked right now. This is how much EGLD I have staked. Now, again, I'm not a whale or anything. I'd say I'm just an average investor. And I had 53 million locked MEX. Now, I decided to unbond it, and I do not want to waste my time having it in here. The reason why is that some gracious people have actually thrown out calculators out there. Just taking the basic math, basic tokenomics, right? I want to shout out to Daniel Paris. He's one of them. Follow this guy. Very smart guy. Very awesome content here. He's a software developer and a crypto enthusiast with only 200 followers. Follow this guy. I know I am going to right now in this video. So scrolling up here, he's created this calculator for those who want to look at how much rewards they're potentially making off the metabonding. Now, if we click this, right, it shows this spreadsheet with the total supply, total EGLD staked, and it shows you kind of my EGLD staked and my locked MEX staked. So I downloaded this, right, and then I put it into put in all my statistics, right? So this is going to update live. Your total EGLD staked, your total locked MEX stake, that is going to be based off of how many people are staking their tokens. Then you're going to make sure that you have put in your correct variables for your EGLD stake and your lock mix personal that you're staking. So this is how much I had, right? I'm still staking my EGLD, but I took out my lock mix. But this is what I was originally staking. Now, looking at the rewards here, the total rewards for 2 years is all of these coins. As you guys can kind of see here from this chart, you make more off of your lock mix than you do EGLD. The reason why is because the amount of EGLD stake is throughout the entire network. You have literally 12 million EGLD being staked on on the legacy and then the Maiar app. So you have the majority of the coins being distributed to a vast amount of EGLD holders. So you're not going to get as much of these coins as you would with LockMex, because LockMex, I would say it's scarce, but at the same time, not a lot of people have it. You have to trade EGLD for it. So you actually get more value from your LockMex. Now, if we scroll down here, it shows you the total rewards for 1 month. And these are in the respective tokens. Scrolling down here, this is the total price in US dollars that you would receive if you were to stake these assets in the Metabonding pool. Now, if you guys can see here, the current value per token for 2 years. If I was to continue to stake this, right, and they did this every single month, for 2 years, I would only receive $119 off of Isengard token. I would only receive $212 for Arrow. I would receive $82 for Effort, and the most that you would actually receive would be the Zoid Pay token, which is $1,200. And then again, current value per month, I mean, you're only making around, if you do the math here, less than $100 a month. This is 30 days of keeping your funds locked up, especially your locked max. You only make about, $80. Now, if we look at the total value, right, this is probably the most important thing to pay attention to. You would only accumulate a value of $1,600 US if you were to stake all that for 2 years. And then again, they said here $68. So for me, it just wasn't smart. If you have a vast amount of locked mix, this may change for you. Say you have 100 billion, or let's just say you have 1 billion locked mix. Say you're able to come across 1 billion locked mix. Put one more zero there. Right? Your margins actually may be bigger. You may actually make over $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month by just keeping your lock mix in this Metabonding pool. And you're gaining it in other coins. So if their value goes up, you're making even more money. For me, that wasn't the strategy that I wanted to do. I wanted to just put it back into the locked mix pool. If we look at the farms here, the farms are still providing a solid 115% APR, and that's going to be for the rest of this year, 2022, until it again shrinks in distribution, right? So for me, it was a lot smarter once that thing unbonds to just put it back into this locked mix pool in order to generate more locked mix. I think for me, that's going to be the best bet. I'm going to keep my EGLD staked because I have no means to pull it out. That's a very long-term hold for me. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? The Metabonding might not be as optimal. Now, the calculator, may be wrong. And when I say that, it may not totally reflect any additional rewards that we may not know about. That might not be the case. The calculator seems pretty spot on in just kind of taking the supply and of what they're trying to distribute by the number of holders. 1 + 1, 2 divided by 2, and there you go. That's your answer. So for me, that was probably the best intent that I had. So not saying to not Metabond, I'm saying make an educated decision using these calculators. If you have a super large amount of locked mix, this actually may be optimal for you to farm. I do not own a lot of locked mix, so I will not prosper as much as other people would if, say, you have over 100 million locked mix or even 1 billion locked mix tokens. So that's something you guys need to think about and take into consideration. Now, lastly, with the metastaking, this is what I was talking about. You have the stake ride. So not only are you able to stake your ride tokens and earn more ride, a lot of people are doing what is called a modified Denver, I believe, where they're accumulating locked mix from their ride, staking their ride into the metastaking, generating more ride, and again putting that back into the pool to generate more locked mix in the farms. So you know, that is the strategy that many people are doing, and there's a lot of different ways you can go about it, right? For me personally, again, this wasn't the most optimal. I'd rather just continue to stake Lock Mex. I make over 50 bucks a day, I think, in Lock Mex. I think it's going to be around $30-40. I'd rather make that much a day than a month, in my honest opinion. And, you know, I can actually see the rewards, the tangible rewards. I don't have to keep it, you know, locked for 30 days just to see these snapshots go through. So with that said, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what your guys' strategy is. What do you guys think of the calculator? Again, I want to shout out to Daniel Paris for actually making this. He's a very good dude for doing that for us. So again, guys, this is kind of what I'm doing right now. Just take it with a grain of salt. If you agree, disagree, make sure you guys put it in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys and have a good one.
You